Call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Shalom, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, my name is Yermayan, coming at y'all, okay, with another one. All right, we can give infinite praise to the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, and we do so in the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ, but his real name is Yahweh Shai, according to the ancient Paleo tongue. All right, double honor to the apostles at Great Millstone who taught us this 100% truth through the Holy Spirit. All right, peace, blessings, and safety, okay, to you true believers out there. All right, and I asked ChatGPT something tonight. Just on my mind, I was reading Genesis. I started in the book of Genesis tonight, and Genesis 1 and 14, is what stuck out, and it clearly tells you what the moon is for. So I asked it, according to the scriptures, what was the moon created for? Okay. All right. And ChatGPT said this. It says, according to the Holy Scriptures, the moon was created by the Most High for several important purposes. It says, here's what the KJV Bible says about why the moon was created. It says, for signs, seasons, days, and years. All right. So the moon was created for a reason. All right. Now, we know most of the Hebrew Israelite community, they keep Friday, Saturday, sundown. Okay. They're going by the days of the Gregorian calendar. All right. Which is wrong according to the scriptures. Okay. Because the Lord put the moon up there for a reason. The sun has its purpose. Okay. And it's the bigger light for the day. Okay. To make it daytime. All right. Meaning what? It's light. All right. It shines its light during the daytime, and the moon, okay, is the light for the night. Okay. Now, the beginning of the day, the beginning of the day is actually at nighttime. Okay. If you didn't know that, the beginning of the day, okay, is when the sun goes down. Once the sun goes down, that's the beginning of the next day. Okay. Because when you read in Genesis, it tells you in the evening, the morning was the first day. All right. And that just clearly tells you that evening to morning, okay, is the first day. All right. Meaning what? The day starts in the nighttime. Oh, but nevertheless, let's just keep going into this. So it gave us some scriptures. Okay. All the scriptures we usually bring out, but I just wanted to see what it says, and ChatGPT, man, it's amazing how much this thing actually knows, man. All right. So it says, and the Most High, this is Genesis 1 and 14 through 16. It says, and the Most High said, let there be light in the firmament. It says, of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. You see that? And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light unto the earth. It says, and it was so. And the Most High made two great lights. It says the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also. All right, so now ChatGPT gives you a little explanation. It says the moon is a lesser light created to rule the night and to mark signs and seasons and days and years. You see? All right, so it's a light for the night, but ultimately it's to mark signs, okay? All right, like what? Like blood moons, okay, lunar eclipses, okay, those are all signs, okay, seasons, okay, days, you see, days and years. Now, the new moon, according to the new moon, all right, the new moon, when there's no moon in the sky, the dark sky, okay, that's the first day of the month, all right. Okay, meaning what? The moon is called by her name. The moon actually means month. Okay, so if you're keeping a new moon, just say if the new moon was tonight or whatever the case may be, on Tuesday night, right? That means 7 days after that is your Sabbath day, because this is the first Sabbath of it would be the first Sabbath of the month. Okay, because the new moon is the first day of the month. All right, that's how you calculate your days and your Sabbaths. All right, but you got Israelites that just don't want to come out that Friday, Saturday, sundown, man, and make them feel important that they, that they sitting down, that they ain't cooking and stuff on a Friday night, and and they're sitting down on a Saturday when everybody else working, whatever the case may be, man. Okay, but the truth of the matter is that the moon is up there for a reason. Okay, it's for signs, seasons, days. That's what the moon is for. The moon is actually the clock. All right, and it's a spirit, because me and the brothers was talking about this. My brother Sam was talking about how the moon was going, how it's actually going from right to left. And that's the way you read the Hebrew. Okay, it's actually about to be a full moon the next Sabbath. Okay, which would be next Thursday. Well, this Thursday night is going to be a full moon, which would mean what? It's the second Sabbath of the month. Okay, so 2 Thursdays ago, okay, it was a new moon. All right, we had a double Sabbath. It was from Wednesday night, and then it transitioned to the new moon was the next night, and that's what made it the new moon. Okay, because the new moon came in on a Thursday night. So now all August, okay, would be the new moon until the end of August. Okay, so now we're coming into to second new moon will be Thursday night. All right, and this is plain to whoever for who this is for. This is the easiest thing, and they, Israelites make it so complicated when it's not. It's just extra simple, man. Okay, the moon is your clock. The moon tells you what days we're in. Okay, the moon tells us what our Sabbaths, our new moons. Okay, even on Passover, right? On Passover, it's a full moon. All right, Passover is on the full moon. Okay, last year during the Passover, it was a blood moon. That was a sign on the Passover, man. All right, it was this year. It was actually this year in May. I mean, not in May, but in March. Okay, the new moon. I mean, the Pesach came in, and it was literally a blood moon right over the building. Me and the brethren kept this Passover in it. Literally a blood moon. It was bread. Okay, so that was spiritual. That's a sign, man. Okay, so the moon is not up there just for you, just to be up there, just to be light. Just to shine light. Okay, because without the moon, it'll still be light out. Because technology, man, it'll still be light out. We see on a new moon, right? When there's no moon in the sky, it's still light out. So ultimately, the main purpose for the moon is for you to tell the times and the seasons. See, the Israelites don't think about that, man. All right, what is the purpose of the moon? All right, Sirach chapter 43 and verse 6. These are all the classes we always bring out. Okay, it says, he made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times. It says, and a sign of the world. It says, for the moon is the sign of feast. You see? All right, and what is the new moon? A feast day. That's a feast day, man. All right, it says, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. You see that? So this light decreases in her perfection. Okay, it says the moon helps track. Okay, this is just GPT. It says the moon helps track Hebrew feast days, holy convocations, which is the Sabbaths. It says which are often based on the lunar cycle. You see that? This GPT. It says Passover, new moons, etc. Hey, GPT is on one. The Heavenly Father put the spirit on Esau to make this for us, man. All right. It says for light and night, right? This Psalms 36, 136 and 9. It says the moon and the stars rule by night, and his mercy endure forever. It says, let's see what ChatGPT say about this. It says the moon provides light during the night, a consistent part of the Most High's mercy towards creation. It says as a sign in the heavens, prophetic events. Oh yeah, right here. This is a good one right here, because if you didn't notice, like even last night, last night it was the moon was kind of red. All week it's been like that actually. All right. It says the sun shall turn into darkness and the moon into blood. You see, before the great and terrible day of the Lord of the Lord come, man. You see, so before, all right, all hell breaks loose here in Babylon the Great, the Lord is going to give us signs, and one of the signs is going to be signs in the moon. All right, and that blood moon is one of the signs. Okay, just a few weeks ago, man. As a matter of fact, just a few weeks ago, we was at my brother Gabar's house, and it was a big ass blood moon, right? And right, because he lived like in a complex, and we like right through the middle of the projects. Jake out there, all wild. They out there, man, loud as hell. Just acting up, and not acting up, but they were just loud. You know how niggas is. And right through the midst of them, you could just see this big ass blood moon. It was red as all hell, man. I'm talking red as I ever seen it, And I was like, see, man, this is about to get real out here, So yeah, man, the moon is up there for a reason, man. We don't just, the moon is the clock, okay? Numbers 10 and 10, it says, also in the days of your gladness and in your solemn days and in the beginning of your months, you see, the beginning of your months, the new moon, okay, you shall blow the trumpets, you see, and it's a feast day, a memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, all right, and I believe that is on a new moon, okay, and what? It says in Israelite tradition, new months, you see, also known as new moons, see that? It says, we're marked by observing the moon. Each moon began a new month in the Hebrew calendar. You see that? So even ChatGPT knows that that the moon is the clock, man. Okay? And that was the Hebraic way. Okay? We're looking up at the moon. That's how you tell the Sabbath day. Okay? And honestly, man, this is the root. This is, this is just for just some food for thought. I remember keeping the Sabbath on Friday and Saturday. That shit was a burden. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You trying to hurry up and get shit done before the sun go down on every Friday. That shit was a burden, man. And then you like certain shit you can't take care of because you got to go to work. Saturday you gotta. That's the most time that's the most time when every Jake is off. Usually on a Saturday. And that's the day you get your little shopping done. You do little stuff that you gotta start preparing early for the week. Now, I remember when we first came into the right doctrine, and we was like, man, it don't feel like the Sabbath day, man. We was like, man, and then one of the brothers like, it ain't the Sabbath day, it's the lunar, man. We just left it there. And then instantly it was like a weight lifted off of our shoulders, bro. Like to be able to, do certain things on when it's the weekend and stuff like that. This is not to be on nothing carnal, okay? But this is just to go to show you the truth is the truth. And what I'm saying is a weight really was lifted off our shoulders once we start keeping the right Sabbath. It was definitely a weight lifted off our shoulder, even though, the Sabbath still falls on Friday night, a lot of the times, man. It was just like that, a couple months ago. The Sabbath, if it falls on Friday sometimes it falls on Sunday, it falls on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're all the days. It falls whenever it falls. Okay, it falls on Saturday night. Okay, you see, but the truth is the truth, man. And the moon is for time. It's up there to tell you what times that we're in. That's the clock. So if your new moon was on Thursday night, right? How is this the one day later the Sabbath day? That don't make no goddamn sense, man. All right. If we know that the new moon is the new month, and that the new moon is the first day of the month, right? How are we getting the Sabbath day every Friday night? That don't make no sense. Y'all gotta question that, man. That's a question you gotta answer. Okay? So with that being said, Lord's willing as well as edifying. Call Halayim La, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Habrakat Kodash. To the next one. Shalom.